Welcome to 17 Balls, where freedom starts with your next move. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you what I do for my Zone 2 workload. So let's get into it.
Zone 2, Monday, first ride of the week. My heart rate's saying about 128 right now. So my heart rate Zone 2 is 125 to 135. So yeah, starting Zone 1, or sorry, Zone 2. This is my ride. Just starting, did a little warm-up spin. So now this is where the fun begins. So we'll check in a little bit later, about an hour, see where I'm at.
Okay, so as you heard, that was my first ride, Monday. I'm just starting my ride, and just want to show you something. So this is what I started, my recovery numbers. I was at 97%, base fitness 90, and intensity tran 101%. So I just want you to pay attention to that because this is Monday. And I'm going to be showing you the difference on what I ended up on Thursday, because I'm going to be doing Zone 2 rides Monday through Thursday. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, end of my ride, these are my recovery numbers. This is what I ended up with. 67% down from 97% when I started. And base fitness went up to 93. Okay, here's some data on my ride. A little over 23 miles, hour and 40 minutes, and aerobic training effect. My lucky number, 3.1. I like to stay around that number, 3.0 or 3.1. I don't like to drift over that, because otherwise I'm asking for trouble and I won't be able to ride tomorrow.
Day number 2, Zone 2, cruising at 127 heart rate again. So temperature about mid-80s today, not as quite as warm as yesterday. Yesterday was like mid-90s. Today's mid-80s, a little cooler, not so windy, a little bit though. Hopefully video quality is better. The wind though, you'll probably still hear it. But yeah, day number 2 in a row, Zone 2. Let's get it. Training effect 2.3, heart rate 128, 129. Still cruising.
Okay, these are my stats from waking up from Monday's ride. I woke up at 90%, base fitness 90. So good enough to ride again. So that's why I like to stay at my lucky training effect 3.0, 3.1. That's my sweet spot. This is the reason why right here. All right, so let's go over Tuesday's ride. Okay, these are my stats right before my ride. 97% now. In the morning, it was at 90. End of the day, when I got off work, I went up to 97%. Okay, after my ride, training effect 3.1, lucky 3.1. That's my sweet spot. About an hour and 45 minutes was my ride. Recovery numbers when I was done, 68%. Base fitness, 93%.
Day number 3, Zone 2. Trail look familiar. Heart rate about 130. Just getting into the ride on a Wednesday. About 80 degrees. Kind of a little breeze going. Heart rate 130. About an hour into the ride. Training effect 2.6 training effect. So still humming along. Zone 2, third day.
Here's my after my ride results again. Training effect 3.1, my sweet spot, about an hour and 41 minutes. And I was with 70% recovery, base fitness 94.
Day number 4, Zone 2. Sitting at 127 heart rate. Trail look familiar. Back at it again. Mid-70s weather. A little windy again, you can tell in the background. But overall, nice day.
Okay, this is earlier when I woke up. 90% recovery. You guys witnessing a trend there? Base fitness 91. End of my ride. Training effect 3.1. You all know it, my sweet spot. Hour and 43. A little over 23 miles. These are my recovery numbers when after my ride, post ride. Base fitness 94, 70%. So you guys noticing a trend at all? Okay, guys, that was my zone 2 ride for the week. Couple bullet points here. My zone 2. So if you notice, I never went over 3.1 training effect. There's a reason for that. Because of my recovery window, meaning when I get off work and I do my ride, and by the time I come home and eat dinner and go to bed, my recovery window is small. So I don't want to jeopardize recovery and rob from next day's ride. So that's why that's important to me. So I'm hoping you guys understand that. Everyone's going to be different. All your training loads are going to be different. Maybe you got a different schedule. Maybe you can do your rides early in the morning and recover the whole day. And then all night, your windows for recovery is a lot bigger than mine. I mean, if mine was bigger, I would definitely do more of a training effect, meaning 3.4, 3.5. I'd add more load, more riding time. But since I got a small window, this is what I got to do. But I'm doing just enough to stimulate my fitness levels. So that's key here. That's what's important. And another thing I want to add here is learning to interpret your fitness metrics and understanding them, because that's huge. Once you figure this out, it's going to unlock your fitness. Your fitness trajectory is going to only go up, because then you'll be able to monitor and watch your recovery numbers, and you'll know how much load to increase, decrease, all that stuff. And once you figure all that out, man, your fitness levels, like I said, are just gonna all they're gonna do is just get better and better, and you're gonna see progress. And I don't know about you, but seeing progress is such a good feeling. So make sure you get yourself a nice GPS watch, fitness watch, and a heart rate monitor. That's all it takes. And then just figure out your zone two. I did a video on this, figuring that out, and then just monitor your recovery numbers. Once you figure that out, then you're just playing with your load numbers now. Now you're just figuring out how much load you can accept or decrease, increase. And from there, you just unlock your fitness. Your fitness levels, like I said, they're going to go off the charts, and you're going to be pretty unstoppable. It's kind of a good feeling. Along with learning recovery numbers is recovery meals. I did a video on this, so check that out if you want. So just make sure you're getting electrolytes, a lot of water, and proper meal recovery. Proteins, your omega 6s, all that stuff's huge.
These rides I do, they're normally about a little less than 2 hours. I don't really need to take gels. I do what they call a fasted ride. That's what most people refer it to. Anything beyond 2 hours, then I will take gels. I usually take the first gel about an hour and a half into my ride. Then after that, about maybe an hour, every other hour, maybe I'll take a gel. Other than that, it's typically just a fasted ride. Oh, Santa Cruz XC bike. I'm trying out these new Continental tires. They work really well. 2.4s. And then on my shock, I put this conversion where I can lock it out, open it and close it. So when I do like my training days on these fire roads or whatnot, I can just lock it out. Or if I'm climbing, I can lock it out. If I get into some chunky terrain or downhills where it gets chunky, then I can open it. Kind of nice. It's a little charger kit you can get. You can talk to your local bike shop. Works pretty good. I like it. But yeah, I do all my zone rides on a cross-country bike. It's a Santa Cruz. I love this bike. I have another full suspension bike, a high tower Santa Cruz as well. But I always tend to ride this one more because it's just so fun you cover so much ground on this thing. But when you want to do downhill stuff, that's definitely you want a full suspension bike. A still water bottle too. It's pretty nice. Bivmo makes these. Pretty nice. I try and stay away from plastic. Throw some ice in there. Good to go. Keeps it nice and cold all day. At least most of the day. It's starting to get warm now. Like today. Nice day, but I had a little breeze. But 90 degrees. Still fun to get out and ride. That time of year, summer's coming.
Okay, guys, that's it for my load 2 work week load. Hopefully, you got something out of it. You learned something out of it, and you don't do the mistakes I did, which is bury yourself in training. In fact, I used to think that the bigger the number, the better workout you are, the better you're gonna be on the weekend when you want to perform your sport, whatever it is you love enjoying. Like me, mine is motocross. But once I figured out, unlock these numbers and figure out what recovery was and what my sweet spots were, and man, my fitness has just been going upwards. So thanks again, guys.